watching the warm-up presented by your local North Texas GEICO agents. It's time to get warmed up for the final regular season week of Texas high school football. It's the last week of the regular season, and there are district crowns to be had. Not to mention, playoff spots are on the line as well. But let's start with 7-6A and the game everyone has been waiting for, the Battle of Beltline, as DeSoto takes on Cedar Hill for the district title. Only 6 miles of road separate these two teams, and Thursday night, DeSoto will travel those miles to face off with Cedar Hill. This one will be a battle of two mobile quarterbacks, Cedar Hill's Caden Salter and DeSoto's Samari Collier. The Eagles rank 3rd in total offense for the area for 6A teams, while Cedar Hill ranks 6th. Whoever can establish any kind of defensive front should pull this one out. No matter who wins, they will both be 1 seeds coming out of 7-6A. Denton Ryan has a chance to win another district title if they can get past Birdville on the road. The Hawks bring the X factor as Ladarius Mixon is back from a season-long injury to tote the rock. But it's hard to pick against the Raiders when Seth Hennigan, Billy Bowman, and Drew Sanders are on top of their game. Other teams looking for district titles are the upstart Richland Rebels, Arlington Martin, and Red Oak. Richland will face Euless Trinity for the right to wear the 3-6A crown. The Rebels started off the season 0-4, but have gone 4-1 in district play to find themselves in this position. If junior quarterback Cole Benson can put up 7 touchdowns like he did last week, it should be a Richland win. Arlington Martin is undefeated in district play thanks to a suffocating defense. They need to knock off Arlington Bowie to win district outright. And finally, Red Oak got past their nemesis, South Oak Cliff, earlier in the year, and now with a win over Seagoville, the Hawks will win district. Playmaker Kobe Calville should play a big part in a Red Oak victory. We'll also be at Mesquite Poteet to see them take on McKinney North. The winner of that one is district champion as well. Let's take a look at some players who could be in the running for a GiveMeTheVin.com MVP bobblehead this week. Seth McGowan of Poteet has been struggling with injuries this year, but as the season has progressed, he has gotten better. Despite missing a few games, McGowan is closing in on another 1,000-yard season. Right now, he's at 840 yards and 10 touchdowns. The Oklahoma Pledge will need to keep up the 10 yards per carry pace in order to help the Pirates beat the high-powered Bulldogs of McKinney North. Quinn Bright of Cedar Hill could use his speed to have a big night against DeSoto. The big play threat has 51 catches for 795 yards and 7 scores, and always helps the Longhorns spread the field. Argyle's Cole Kirkpatrick has proven to be a big play guy himself, and he's only a junior. He's averaging 27 yards per catch and has scored 17 touchdowns for the Eagles. Argyle is taking on Salina in a huge grudge match. They'll need Kirkpatrick to add to his over 1,000 yards receiving in order to win this one. Fort Worth All Saints will be playoff bound, but their star guard, Tommy Brockermeyer, will not. The nation's best offensive lineman for his class has missed the entire season after shoulder surgery. But our North Texas Honda dealer's inside story will show us what he's been doing with his free time. Let's take a look at how our rankings for 6A and 5A look after 10 weeks. Duncanville leads the way in 6A, and they know they will most likely be playing South Grand Prairie in their first round of the playoffs. Coming in at number 2 is South Lake Carroll, who will win the 5-6A crown and probably face Louisville in round 1. Allen went into Prosper and proved they are still top dog in 9-6A. The Eagles are looking at a possible first-round matchup with Rowlett. Guyer still has only 1 loss on their ledger and will definitely be facing Hebron in the first round. That will be a good one. And how about Rockwall's Jackson Smith Ninjigba? 9 catches for over 300 yards and 4 scores last week against Mesquite. That puts the Jackets at 5. In 5A, it's Lone Star rocking the top spot. When the postseason starts, the Rangers will be taking their undefeated record into a matchup with Mansfield Legacy. Denton Ryan is playing for the district championship against Birdville this week. They are ranked 2nd. Coming in at 3rd is Highland Park after an impressive overtime win at Lancaster. Look for the Scots to face Frisco Wakeland in the playoffs. New number 4 is Aledo, as they are just cruising along towards another district title. 5A Division II playoffs should not be too hard for the Bearcats until late into the postseason. And Lancaster drops the spot after their loss to Highland Park, but the Tigers proved they can play with the big dogs. Lancaster could be hosting the Colony in the playoffs, which would be an awesome matchup. We're not done yet. We are ready to kick our extra point. After games on Friday, Sherman player walked up to West Mesquite's Ty Jordan and asked him about his mother's health. He then asked Jordan if he could pray with him on the field over his mother. Moments like this prove that football is bigger than just a game. With last week being Halloween, we had to share this greatness. Prosper coach Brandon Schmidt dressed up and sat in the hallway like a statue to scare kids. Two big moments for two big players last week. Aledo's Blaze Mays and Southlake's Jack Crafton were both put on the field and both scored touchdowns for their teams. That's all we have for this week's episode. To stay up to date with all things inside high school sports, follow our social media accounts. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. That'll get you ready for the highlight of the sports weekend. Wingstop Inside High School Sports, Saturday at 6:30 p.m. on NBC5, hosted by Pat Donner. Thank you for watching The Warmup, presented by your local GEICO agents. To find the office nearest you, go to geico.com/DFW. I'm Ashlea Bullington, and I hope you've gotten warmed up for the finale of district play in Texas high school football.